much for joining us on this edition of the news. And to begin right away with some major stories. As from December 15, 2022, there would be new banknotes in circulation in the Republic of Cameroon, and the curiosity of many Cameroonians would be the banknotes would begin from 250 francs CFA. And also in this newscast, we will be taking you to Nkorobikok, a locality in the central region where cholera is said to be a threat to the local inhabitants of that area. Those are major stories. Stay with us for details and more. Welcome back, viewers. I told you a while ago in the headlines that there would be new banknotes in the Semak sub-region. That is, according to official sources, the new banknotes will get into circulation from the 15th of December 2022. And the curiosity about the new banknotes would be 250 francs would now be in banknotes and not in coins. Let's now have more with a staff man for me, Armstrong Sander.
What the new CFA banknote will look like beginning December the 15th, 2022. The decision came out of a ministerial committee meeting of the Central African Monetary Union (UMAC) held on November the 7th, 2022 in N'Djamena, Chad. Their characteristics had earlier been presented during a meeting organized on July 21st, 2022 in Douala, Cameroon. In the course of the November session in Chad, the committee also released the calendar for the withdrawal of banknotes currently in circulation. The calendar says from June the 1st, 2024, the 1992 banknote will no longer be accepted by individuals, commercial banks and the central bank, BEAC. It also reveals that users have up to May the 31st, 2022 to exchange their 1992 banknote at the central bank. With regards to the 2002 version, BEAC says withdrawal will be done progressively. Concerning the banknotes and coins to be released in December 2022, the mock-ups and specimens released on social media runs from 500 to 10,000 francs CFA, with information of a CFA 250 francs banknote to be introduced. Report has it that beyond its aesthetic or new aspect, the new range of banknotes responds above all to the problem of quality of its security and its ability to be difficult to counterfeit. The new franc CFA banknotes for the Central African and Economic Monetary Community are being introduced at a time when debates have heightened on the future of the franc CFA within CEMAC and the African continent in general.
And now we take you to Ezeka in the Sanaga Maritime Division, where parents of the government bilingual primary school are complaining about the dilapidating nature of the classrooms. They used their PTA meeting to call on the authorities of the school to repair the classrooms which were destroyed by strong winds recently. Let's now have more with Smart Jikan Gabriel.
It is under a very poor condition that pupils of government bilingual primary school Ezeka are receiving lessons from their teachers.
On the 1st of November 2022, GBPS Ezeka was sinister because of wind. The government gave us 3 classes. Because of that wind, GBPS Ezeka is having now 2 classes for the whole school. After this sinister, me as the head teacher, I was obliged to take those children and put them in one class. It means that now that level 2 and level 3 are joined in one classes.
The heavy rains accompanied by strong winds swept away the roof, making it difficult for the kids to learn since they have just 3 classrooms at their disposal.
The difficulty that we have is that people don't have classes. They are joined 2 levels in one class. Level 2 and level 3 are in the same class. It means that the teaching learning process cannot be going well.
Since the incident occurred, with the divisional delegate of basic education visiting the site, no action has been taken. by authorities.
The delegate in charge of basic education was there, taking pictures, giving to the hierarchy. We are still waiting for the answer coming from them. And we plead everybody who can help GBPS Ezeka that this is our situation. Come and help us.
Due to the ugly state of the school, the parents of the pupils met at the school premises to seek for solutions. Government Bilingual Primary School Ezeka, which is the first to be created, has never benefited from any public investment budget project which other schools have had. The parents, however, left the meeting deciding to meet with the mayor of the town. For the time being, the people whose rooftop was swept away by the strong breeze haven't been to school as they wait for solutions to be found to their problem.
Saint Mart's and the government primary school Bandefoy locality in the West region this time around has the same problem. The bricks of the school walls are already falling off and the children now study in an open space. Let's now have a picture of the government primary school in Bandefoy in the West region with Mala Glory.
With falling walls, collapsed roof and buildings, pupils have deserted their classroom for safety. Bushes and thorny weeds have almost covered up the entire building. This has led to the suffering of the children studying under poor conditions, a disturbing situation to parents and guardians. The children cannot study in a classroom with such a fallen roof. I even wonder what is done with the PTN money. Situated along the National Road number 6, this dilapidated structure of the government primary school Bandefoy exposes the children to enormous risk. When you even pass around the school, you may think it's a poultry farm. The director of the school says he has reported to the local authorities who promised to reconstruct the school, but still, pupils continue to study under deplorable conditions.
And in health, at least 6 persons have died of cholera in a locality called Equinoxe. It is in the central region of the country. The people drink water from doubtful sources. Our reporter Immaculate Fogwe tells us that so many persons are also infected with cholera in Equinoxe. Her report.
Equinoxe, a neighborhood in the town of Obala in Obala subdivision, Leke division, the central region of Cameroon, has been hit by the cholera outbreak. 6 suspected cases and 3 deaths have been registered in the neighborhood in 3 days. Many attribute this latest outbreak on poor hygiene. Moving along the streets, one could notice piles of garbage. The population deplored the scarcity of potable water, causing them to rely on doubtful sources. To prevent more cases, a sensitization campaign is ongoing. We needed to act fast, reason why we are sensitizing the population on the dangers and on how to prevent themselves from being victims of cholera. We also created awareness on the symptoms and the steps to take if affected. Apart from the cholera outbreak, the population decry rising insecurity, poor infrastructures, and the abusive consumption of alcohol. According to the World Health Organization, between October 29, 2021 and 30th April 2022, 6,652 suspected cases, including 134 deaths, have been recorded.
And the problem of poor infrastructure, lack of electricity and also insecurity in the far north region of the country might soon be things or problems of the past, as the sum of 600 million francs CFA has been drafted for the region's 2025 Regional Development Plan. As Staffman Innocent Azek completes the story for us.
Despite its rich agro-pastoral and tourism potentials, the development breeze is yet to blow across the far north region. The situation worsened as from 2014 because of recurrent Boko Haram attacks, which have claimed lives and resulted to enormous material damage. According to the third class chief of Tufuwan, he was forced to move out of his home by Boko Haram hostilities. The enemies looted his property, leaving him with almost nothing. Presently, he seeks refuge in Turu Central, where the insurgents still threaten to invade. With the alarming rates of insecurity, the people of this region, endowed with natural resources and human capital, are unable to support development. They are victims of floods, accidents and highway robbery because of the deplorable road networks. Insecurity is very common on the roads, transferring their destination. Some travel agencies at times suspend their interurban activities. People are now compelled to pay 15,000 francs to travel from Marwa to Kuseri and 2,500 francs from Marwa to Garwa. In a bid to address these underdevelopment challenges, the Far North Regional Council held a session devoted to the examination and adoption of the 600 million francs CFA 2025 Regional Development Plan.
Our regional development plan concerns three priorities. As I said, water, to be control water and use it to develop irrigation for human feeding, for animal feeding, and to protect our environment, to produce energy. With water we could do energy. The second priority is energy. In order to
enable the suffering population benefit quality services.
And now, before we talk sports, this press release, the Federation of Newspaper Publishers in Cameroon, they are asking for the immediate release of one of theirs who is also the Secretary General of the Federation, and a practicing journalist, Parfait Seeking, was arrested and kept awaiting trial, but was finally incarcerated in Yaoundé. And the Federation of Newspaper Publishers in Cameroon says clearly that Parfait Seeking is available for questioning at any moment whenever he is released. And sure, we will come back to that in our subsequent news editions. Now we talk sports. The friendly encounter between the Reggae Boys of Jamaica and the Cameroon national side taking place. It has to begin at 6 p.m. at the Amadou Ahidjo Stadium in Yaoundé. You can see on your screens the supporters of the Cameroon national side. Gando Piquet and others are already on the in the stadium, trying to encourage the national side of Cameroon. And just to let you know, viewers, as the Minister for Sport and Physical Education, Professor Narcisse Mwele Kombe, is already at the Amadou Ahidjo Stadium. He was received a while ago by the president of the Cameroon Football Federation, Samuel Etofis, and there you can see the supporters of the Cameroon national side, and also talking about the match, which will begin at 6 p.m. Those who are the players of today's match, we have Abubakar Vincent, we also have Mokoko, we have Cheita, Mbabi, we have Swaibu Beyobato, we have few who are old faces you already know in the team, the Cameroon national team, and we have other new faces which will be making their first entrances into the team that will be today in the friendly encounter between the Reggae Boys of Jamaica and the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon. On your screens, you can see the ceremony is about to begin. The official ceremony is about to begin, as most officials are already in the field or in the stadium, waiting for the match to begin at 6 p.m. There you have the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon, clothed in their white, should I say, senator attires, beautiful senator attires that That was a while ago when they got into the Ahmadu Ahijo Stadium, but sure, they're not going to do the match in that attire. That was during their arrival. The match is supposed to begin at 6 p.m. and that match is somehow going to be decisive because it's going to prove to Cameroonians what the Indomitable Lions can do or will do in Qatar. We all know it's like a preparatory match ahead of the World Cup, which will be beginning, we don't want to say in some days, but in about a week or so. That's Abubakar Vincent, and you can see on your screens the match will soon be beginning. The Lions are already in their attires today. The Indomitable Lions players are in green, red, yellow, the green t-shirt, maillot, the red shorts, and the yellow stockings. There we know that most Cameroonians prefer the Indomitable Lions with the green t-shirts because they say it brings some luck to the Lions. So we are hoping, most supporters of the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon are hoping that the Lions are going to prove what they can do and are going to emerge victorious in today's encounter. Well, it's a friendly encounter, but it's going to boost the morale of not only the players but also the Cameroonian supporters of what their favorite team is going to do in Qatar. Where we have the Lions there warming up, because in less than by my studio clock is 48 minutes past 5 p.m. So in about 12 minutes the match will begin at the Ahmadu Ahijo Stadium in Yaoundé. And seeing from the faces of the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon, we are here to see the Jamaican, the Reggae Boys of Jamaica. For now, the images we get from the national station is showing us some players of the Cameroon national side warming up with smiling faces. Okay, now we have the pit, the Ahmadu Ahijo Stadium, which is beautifully presented there. That is where the Lions and the Reggae Boys are going to be showing their might today, this evening, for the friendly encounter. Like I have been mentioning, it's a friendly encounter, yet it's going to prove a lot about what the Lions will be able to do in Qatar, because we know we are less than 15 days to the beginning of the World Cup competition. And it's true, some critics believe that the Jamaican side, that is the Indomitable Lions coach Rigobert Song Bahanak, who is also there on the pitch to encourage his boys to perform, giving their best today, because giving in their best today is going to mean to the supporters of the team that are going to give in their best in Qatar. And that is Abubakar Vincent with a very serious face out there. And we know Abubakar Vincent is that person who goes for results, is very much result oriented, and that is the Minister of Sports and Physical Education, Narcis Muele Kombi, and other sports officials making their entry into the Ahmadu Ahijo Stadium, which is jam-packed with supporters of the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon. And we want to believe that they are also supporters of the Reggae Boys who are present at the Ahmadu Ahijo Stadium for the match, the friendly match between the two national sides. And the match is about to begin. We are yet to see the images of the Reggae Boys. I'm sure some.
The captain of Indomitable Lions, dear Indomitable Lions, on behalf of the President of the Republic, handing over to you the flag of the Republic, which is the most significant national. You are therefore called upon